Today we're looking at the 100-ounce mix method, preparing heads up in solution prior to being applied at a commercial treater. So what you're going to want to do is, with your package of heads up, again this is enough to treat 400 units or 20,000 pounds of seed. You're going to rip off the top seal, as I've done already. Inside is the highly concentrated product. And what you're going to do is, using distilled water, measure out 50 ounces to begin with. And I marked 50 here on my jug with this black line. All right, that's step one, very simple. Step two is you're going to empty the entire contents of this inner package, your heads up highly concentrated extract, into that 50 ounces of water. I should mention that I'm just using room temperature water. Some people ask me, is it better to use cold water or warm water? But really it does not make any difference. Room temperature is just fine. So I emptied the contents of the package into the 50 ounces of water. Now I have just a fancy spoon that I'm going to use to mix. And I'm just going to get this product to start to dissolve. It does not take much effort, but I'm just going to poke the product down and mix it into solution. Once it goes into solution, it's not a suspension. It's not going to all float back up to the top. It's going to stay in solution, and it's a very simple and easy product to work with. It's free-flowing. It's not a gel. It doesn't congeal. And I'm not getting any odors right now. There's nothing that I can even smell coming off of the product at this stage. So I just like to give it a good mix. And again, minimal effort here. It's not challenging to mix. And what I like to do is, sometimes, very seldomly, you might get some little bits of product that kind of just ball up on the initial mix. Those are going to go away with enough mixing over time. But what I like to do is, I just take a fork and then clean off my mixing spoon, knock that back down into the powder. And there we go. We're just about there. We're halfway home now. So now I got a 50-ounce solution of my highly concentrated heads up powder, and I want to get to 100 ounces. So what I would do is, you can take any container you have laying around that holds at least a gallon or 128 ounces. Doesn't really matter, since we are working with 100 ounces, but we want to leave enough room in that container to shake with. Today I'm just going to use a gallon jug here, and I'm going to transfer the 50 ounces into the gallon jug. Now if you have a wide mouth on your jug, which I don't, it's going to be so simple to pour, but for my purposes I'm going to use a funnel to transfer the 50 ounces into the 1 gallon jug. And you can see here, I'll lift up my jug, but it's just flowing out just like water. It's a product that dissolves so easily into a solution that it just flows right through. There we are. And I'll just pour out the rest of the 50 here. But yes, there's nothing left in here for chunks or clumps. It's just free flowing, and the jug is clean now and emptied right out. What you're going to want to do now, and what I recommend, is just to be sure that everything is totally dissolved, which was our aim today, give this 50-ounce solution a good shake. Now, Heads Up has natural surfactant properties in it as well, which is why that we see some foaming coming off the product, but that's not to be alarmed with, and that is going to settle down very quickly. So very simple to work with. I'm going to add 50 more ounces of water to my 50-ounce solution that I started. So I'm just measuring now another 50 ounces up to this black line that I pre-measured out. And now I'm going to use my funnel again, and I'm just going to get this next 50 ounces into my container. I had an airlock there, that's why it wasn't dropping. So I had to lift up the funnel a little bit. Okay, so now we got 100 ounces of Heads Up in a total solution, just mixed with water. I'm going to give it one final shake. And just for our purposes today, I'm going to pour it back into the pitcher so you can see what it looks like going back into the pitcher. I'll pour it back to 50 ounces and leave 50 ounces in the jug. So again, it's not stinking, it's not sticking, it's not a gooey product to work with. It's very clean to handle, and it'll flow through your machine, no problem. Now that we have our 100-ounce solution, 50 here and 50 here, keep in mind this 100-ounce solution is going to be the same as just a pre-dissolved version of the original package we started with that treats for 400 units or 20,000 pounds of seed. So when I was going to treat now, if I was going to do a 200 unit batch at the treater, 50 ounces would be the perfect amount of product because I have 400 between the two containers I have on the table. So now every half ounce that I measure out will be enough product to treat 100 pounds of seed. So the use rate here is ½ ounce per 100 pounds. That said, when we use all 100 ounces at ½ ounce per 100 pounds, that's going to be your 200 hundredweight or 20,000 pounds of seed. So when I run out of material completely, you should have 400 units of beans lined up and treated. Heads Up is a very stable product in solution, and I actually mixed this up the night before, and you can see, I hope you can see, that there is nothing here that is suspended or solids or particulates that I am concerned about, and you should not be concerned either. It's very, very simple product to work with. So again, this is the 100-ounce method, ½ ounce per 100 pounds of seed. Very simple to do, and always wear your PPE and read and follow label directions. Thank you.